This is my third opportunity to serve as Norco's mayor, and it's truly an honor to stand before you tonight to deliver the State of the City address. I know how busy life can be, and I'm generally grateful to see so many of you here this evening. Your presence speaks volumes about how much you care, not just about where you live, but about the future we're building together. While the City Council meets every other week to handle the day-to-day business of running the city, tonight is different. The State of the City is our chance to pause, reflect on the past year's accomplishments, share updates on the work ahead, and talk honestly about the challenges we face. But more than that, it is a moment to reconnect with what makes Norco so special and why it's worth protecting. I often hear people say, Norco is changing, or it is not the same as it used to be. And in 2025, that is true in some ways. But tonight, I want to offer you something more than just reassurance. I want to give you a deeper understanding and a renewed sense of confidence in how your City Council is working and fighting every single day to keep Norco, Norco. Preserving our way of life, our large lots, open spaces, and the strong sense of community that makes Norco feel like, well, Norco. It isn't easy. It is a daily uphill battle, especially here in the state of California, where pressures from urbanization and state mandates are constant. But your City Council is committed to standing firm. So tonight, I want to begin by reaffirming the values that guide us, our core values. These are just not ideals. We're making them our compass. All 5 members of the Norco City Council are united in their responsibility to implement policies that preserve, protect, and promote Norco's agrarian heritage, all-American small-town character, agricultural and animal-keeping lifestyle, and our rural equestrian atmosphere. We are just not policymakers. We are your neighbors. And like you, we want thoughtful, responsible decisions that reflect the heart of the community. That's why we are recalibrating our internal processes and reimagining our community offerings to better align with these values. We're asking questions like, how will this decision affect horses or the ability to keep animals? What impact will this decision have on Norco's small-town charm? Will this enhance or diminish the agricultural and animal-keeping lifestyle we all cherish? Balancing these values with modern development and regulatory demands is challenging and sometimes near impossible, given the legal requirements from the state. But I want you to know, your City Council is not backing down. We are prioritizing these core values, not sacrificing them. Tonight, I want to highlight how your City Council and staff are working every day to provide exceptional services and make meaningful improvements that reflect our shared values. If you would please, take a look.
Norco may be a small city, but we deliver big when it comes to quality service. In Norco, public safety is more than just a service, it's a relationship. It's about trust, familiarity, and a shared commitment to keeping our community safe. Even as costs rise, your City Council continues to prioritize law enforcement, fire protection, and emergency services because safety is the foundation of responsible government. Under the leadership of Sheriff Chad Bianco, the Riverside County Sheriff's Office provides us with the strength of a world-class law enforcement agency, equipped with cutting-edge tools and training, while still delivering the kind of personalized, community-based service that makes Norco feel like home. Our deputies know our residents by name, and in return, they are celebrated by the people they serve. This year, we mourned the loss of one of our own, Deputy Timothy Corlew, a dedicated member of the Norco Sheriff's Station. Deputy Corlew fit perfectly with Norco's values and character, and he served our community with genuine pride. His service and commitment to our community will never be forgotten. Our deputies and Norco Citizens Patrol volunteers are out every day, responding to calls for service, enforcing speed limits, connecting unhoused individuals with assistance, and educating e-bike riders of all ages on the rules of the road. We're proud to share that Norco's own Deputy Rachel Wittenberg was named Deputy of the Year for the entire Sheriff's Department. That's a testament to the caliber of service we receive right here in Norco. And we are grateful for all members of the Sheriff's Department who support our deputies and strengthen our community. One of the best decisions we've made as a city was contracting with CAL FIRE and Riverside County Fire Department, another world-class organization. Fighting wildfires in California has become one of the most dangerous and expensive activities. And after witnessing the tragic wildfires around us this year, we've taken bold, proactive steps to ensure Norco is prepared. This year, the City of Norco entered into a Wildland Protection Agreement, or WPA, with CAL FIRE. This proactive agreement gives us access to additional state resources at no extra cost if a wildfire breaks out in the Santa Ana Riverbed or Norco Hills. We've also invested in a state-of-the-art off-road vehicle to enhance our response capabilities at events and remote areas. The specialized vehicle will allow fire personnel to respond quickly to emergencies in hard-to-reach areas, such as Pumpkin Rock, backyard trails, and the Santa Ana Riverbed. And we've approved funding for Norco's first heli hydrant, a strategically placed, pilot-operated water source that will allow first responders to save critical time and effectively fight fires from the air. These resources will be critical if Norco is ever threatened by a serious wildland fire, as we have seen in other wind and fire-prone communities. In a state where wildfires are a growing threat and fire season never ends, the Norco City Council is committed to staying ahead of the curve when it comes to emergency preparedness. We've also made major strides this year in improving our parks, facilities, and streets, and it's thanks to two key factors: our dedicated staff and the support of Norco voters through Measure R. Since its passage in 2018, Measure R has generated over $8 million annually, allowing Norco to invest in critical infrastructure that keeps our city running and looking its best. Residents often ask, when are you going to fix the streets? The answer is, we are. In fact, we are improving more streets than ever before, and we budgeted $22 million this year alone for street improvements. But we're doing it the right way, by upgrading underground infrastructure like water, sewer, and storm drains before we pave. Because of Measure R, we also have the necessary funds to establish routine maintenance schedules for parks, facilities, streets, and other infrastructure to ensure long-term sustainability and avoid future costly repairs. One of the most significant infrastructure milestones from the last year is the widening of the Hamner Avenue Bridge, now officially named the Mayor Berwin-Hanna Bridge. This project has dramatically improved traffic circulation and introduced a safe, multi-use trail for pedestrians, equestrians, and cyclists to access the Santa Ana River Trail. Our work on Hamner Avenue isn't done yet. Thanks to a multi-million-dollar contribution from our partners at WRCOG, we're moving forward with extending the sound wall on both sides of Hamner Avenue to benefit nearby residents. This year, we also completed key street projects, including 2nd Street from Hamner Avenue to River Road and the long-awaited improvement of Valley View Avenue. Residents have been waiting for these street improvements for many years, and we're proud to say we got them done. And we're not slowing down. Upcoming street improvements include 4th Street from Valley View Avenue to the 15 Freeway, Temescal Avenue from 5th to 6th Street, and Hillside Avenue from 3rd to 4th Street, which is a $2 million investment alone. In addition to roads, we're continuing to invest in equestrian amenities across the city. This includes improving backyard trails, replacing trail fencing, installing mounting ramps at select parks, adding a new round pen at Basin Arena, and actively evaluating additional enhancements to better serve our equestrian community. These investments ensure our rural, equestrian-oriented infrastructure remains safe, accessible, and true to Norco's character. At the Ingalls Event Center, we've also made several upgrades that elevate the experience for both participants and spectators. We've launched an engaging website, installed a brand new grandstand, upgraded to a top-of-the-line bucking chute system and roping boxes, and introduced new wayfinding signage to make navigating the facility easier, especially for those pulling horse trailers. We've also developed a signature brand, which is now prominently featured throughout the property. These improvements are positioning the Ingalls Event Center as a premier collection of venues for a wide range of equestrian, agricultural, and special events. To help residents stay informed, we have an online dashboard where you can explore completed and upcoming capital projects, see how they're funded, and track progress in real time, providing easy access to the information that is shaping our city. One of the most exciting additions this year has been the new inclusive playground at Pikes Peak Park. It's been wildly popular for families, and for good reason. The playground features agricultural-themed play areas that celebrate Norco's animal-keeping lifestyle, a thrilling zip line, and accessible structures that ensure children of all abilities can play side by side. We also introduced Kids Fun Day at Ingalls Event Center, where equestrians 17 and under can bring their horses and enjoy a day of games on horseback. It's a joyful celebration of youth, horsemanship, and community that you can't find anywhere else in our area. And we're proud to continue partnering with organizations who host farm and garden workshops that blend classroom learning with hands-on experiences in the field, connecting residents of all ages to the land and lifestyle that define Norco. As part of our ongoing efforts to encourage animal keeping, the City Council negotiated a new franchise agreement with Waste Management that delivers meaningful savings. The agreement includes free scout service, which is especially helpful for ranches and stables with multiple bins, as well as reduced rates with a cap on annual increases, something we didn't have before. In Norco, quality services aren't just about operations, they're about values. Whether it's public safety, infrastructure, parks, or recreation, every investment we make is rooted in our commitment to preserving the lifestyle and core values that make Norco so special.
These accomplishments aren't just about roads, parks, or buildings. They're about preserving the heart of Norco, the places where people gather, spend time with their children, and experience a community that values open space, neighborly connection, and the freedom to live in a rural equestrian lifestyle. Your City Council is committed to protecting what makes Norco so special while preparing for the future with thoughtfulness and care. Let's talk about how your City Council is fighting every day to keep Norco, Norco. Norco has always been known for its rural charm, equestrian lifestyle, and spacious properties that support agricultural and animal keeping. It is what earned us the name Horsetown, USA. But the truth is, our city's original economic foundation was not built to sustain this unique lifestyle long-term. We call this challenge the Norco Dilemma, a reality where our large lot lifestyle with less homes per acre results in a lower tax base and therefore limited revenue to address increasing costs of services, aging infrastructure, and maintenance of streets, trails, parks, facilities, and amenities. Norco's large lots afford residents many opportunities. This enhances their quality of life, but they also present financial challenges for the city as a service provider. This year's budget reflects the challenge of the Norco Dilemma. Revenue growth is slower than rising costs for providing services. During our budget process, your City Council and staff took a hard look at every dollar, cutting costs where possible, prioritizing essential services, addressing the need to diversify our revenue sources, and aligning every decision with our core values. Despite some difficult discussions, we adopted a balanced budget. While inflation and economic conditions are putting pressure on our finances, As I'm sure many of you can relate to, we've been able to use a portion of our general fund balance, built through the years of conservative budgeting and responsible spending, to close the gap for now. This isn't a time to worry, but it is a time to act. We must continue to address Norco's structural deficit and ensure that every dollar we spend supports critical services and reflects our core values. You've probably heard the term local control. It means cities like ours should have the power to make decisions that reflect the community's values, not Sacramento's. But every day that control is being challenged. With limited land and limited rooftops, we must be strategic. That is why your city council, staff, and residents must work together to support and attract revenue-generating businesses that fit Norco's character. And while there's some debate, the truth is, hotels are one of the very best ways to generate revenue without burdening the residents, because visitors pay the taxes. We also know in a community like ours, the word development can raise concerns, and rightfully so. But it is important to remember that private property owners have the right to develop their land. What we can do as a city council is to ensure that development is thoughtful, responsible, and aligned with our core values. An example of that happened this summer. A developer purchased a property on 6th Street and proposed a new retail center. The council worked closely with the developer to strengthen the plan and enhance the architecture to reflect Norco's agrarian character. This project is a model for how we can shape development to fit our community. I also want to clarify something important. When the city sends out notices about proposed projects, it is not an endorsement. It is a legal obligation. These notices are meant to inform you, not to signal approval or imminent construction. I'd like to address two projects that have recently drawn attention. On the west side of town, at Bluff and River Road, the DeLappe family has proposed a single-family residential subdivision on their former dairy called the JD Ranch. This plan includes quarter-acre and half-acre lots with dedicated animal keeping areas, and the family will continue living in the original farmhouse. On the east side of town, a private developer is proposing a technology campus on the former Wiley Labs property. This includes a business park, hospitality district, and open space. Because this site is governed by a specific plan, the City Council has the authority to ensure the project is developed in a way that fits Norco. We've heard your concerns about public noticing on both these projects, and we're working to improve the process. I assure you, these projects are still in the community outreach phase. The City Council has not approved either project. When the time comes, property owners will be notified and given the opportunity to share input on both projects. Both of these proposals represent early stage ideas, not final decisions, and your City Council is committed to ensuring that any future development reflects Norco values, includes meaningful public input, and preserves the character of our community. So let's talk about one of our biggest battles to keep Norco, housing. We live in a state that continues to pass housing laws that override local control and force cities like Norco to accept projects that don't align with our core values. I often hear residents ask, who approved this project? How could council approve apartments? And the honest answer is, unfortunately, we're forced to. Council members are not the bad guys, regardless of what social media may say. State housing laws have stripped away much of our local authority, leaving us with little or no ability to deny certain projects. These one-size-fit-all state mandates threaten our large lot lifestyle and limit our ability to say no, even when a project does not make sense for our community. I know this is a frustrating situation, and the real change should be addressed at the ballot box, but we're not giving up. Your city council is fighting back, advocating for housing that meets real needs, like senior housing and veterans housing, while pushing back against developments that would compromise our small town character. Well, thank you. We may not be able to stop every mandate, but we can ensure that every project we consider is evaluated through the lens of Norco's values and long-term vision. So, let's switch gears and hear about a project that's truly threatening Norco. Hi, Norco. I'm Mayor Greg Newton. As you well know, Norco is more than a city. It is a way of life that you can't find anywhere else in Southern California. You can see how special Norco is in our horse trails, our parks, and our open space, and most importantly, our people. But right now, that is all at risk.
You may have heard of the Riverside Transmission Reliability Project, or RTRP. This project plans to construct a massive steel lattice transmission tower right next to one of our animal keeping neighborhoods. The overhead high voltage lines would pass over our riverbed that's full of flammable vegetation and is also the same region that gave the notorious Santa Ana winds their name. This would mean increased threats of catastrophic wildfires, irreversible harm to our ecosystem, destruction of our iconic views, and long-term impacts on Norco's safety and welfare.
For years, Norco City Council members have publicly opposed this project and advocated for these unsightly and hazardous lines to be underground because we believe in safe and reliable power without sacrificing the safety of our residents, their animals, or our community's open space.
Our many requests, letters, petitions, and even proposals for legislation to underground this dangerous project and protect our city have been continuously denied or ignored. We've now all witnessed the devastation following the Palisades fire and the Eaton fire, not far from Norco. And we can't just sit back knowing that Norco could be added to the list of tragedies.
The Norco City Council firmly believes that it's never too late to do the right thing. But we need your help. We're calling on our residents, neighbors, and all supporters of undergrounding transmission lines to use their platforms and their voices to bring attention to this project before construction begins and demand that safety starts underground. Your help could prevent potential tragedies and protect our community for future generations. So a couple little sidebars to that. I was informed this afternoon by Susan Bowen that tonight is the 8-year anniversary to the date of one of our first debates with Edison and the underground power lines at La Sierra High School. Councilmember Bash and myself had less gray hair at that time. We continue to fight to underground the RTRP. We recently launched burythewires.org, which includes background information on the project, an interactive timeline of the council's advocacy efforts, and a step-by-step take action page for residents to contact officials and show their support. I sincerely thank everyone who has shared this video, sent emails, attended the CPUC meeting today, and helped spread the word. If you haven't shown your support yet, there is still time. Just visit the website. We also have t-shirts and yard signs that you can take with you as you leave tonight. And I'm glad to see some of the yellow shirts around. And I want to thank you all for attending today. We've had 2 or 3 of the PUC commissioners reach out to the city, and we will have scheduling a couple meetings for next week. Your voice matters. Keeping Norco, Norco, and protecting the lifestyle we all cherish isn't easy. It takes vigilance, creativity, and a deep commitment to the values that brought us here in the first place. It means making tough financial decisions, standing up to state mandates, and working together to shape development, not just to react to it. But we can't do it alone. It takes all of us, residents, staff, and elected leaders, working together with a shared vision. If we stay true to who we are, if we continue to preserve our rural roots, protect our equestrian lifestyle, and promote thoughtful progress, we won't just keep Norco, Norco, we will make it stronger for generations to come. One of our most powerful tools that we have to shape our future is our general plan, a comprehensive framework that guides how Norco grows while preserving our agrarian heritage, small-town character, and equestrian identity. The upcoming 2050 general plan will document our core values and serve as a roadmap for responsible planning and land use direction. We know there was some confusion about this document in the past, and we heard your feedback loud and clear. That's why we are finalizing the draft. We will circulate it again for additional community input before it is adopted. This plan is about balance between growth and tradition, and we're committed to getting it right through transparency and community engagement. Preserving our history is just as important as planning our future. As many as you know, the state of California has announced the closure of the California Rehabilitation Center. The facility is expected to be deactivated by the fall of 2026. While the full impact is still unknown, we are preparing for what's ahead. The City of Norco has a vested interest in protecting the historically significant buildings on that site, especially the Norconian Hotel and Resort and the Naval Hospital buildings. These structures are just not part of our city's stories. They are also important parts of our state and our nation's history. While we don't control what happens at a state-owned facility, we are actively advocating for the adaptive reuse of the buildings. We remain hopeful that one day this historic gem will be restored to its former glory and become a regional destination and an economic driver once again. Right now, there are no new updates from the state, but as soon as we know more about their plans, we will share this information with you. Protecting Norco also means more than just managing growth. It means preserving the rights that make our lifestyle possible, like the ability to keep animals, ride city trails, and enjoy open space. These aren't just amenities. They are our foundation of who we are. That is why we're taking steps to strengthen our equestrian historic district and introduce a new designation, the equestrian landmark. This designation would recognize and preserve the three essential elements of an equestrian community: large lots, equestrian trails, and open space. Just like the historic district, this designation would not impose any new restrictions or requirements on property owners. It is simply another tool in the toolbox to protect our way of life from state legislation that threatens our large lot zoning. Every Norco resident was mailed a public notice and a question and answer insert about this proposal. And I encourage anyone with questions and comments to attend the Historic Preservation and Agricultural Heritage Commission meeting on October 14th. This process is public and transparent, and your voice matters. We are fighting to protect Norco on many fronts, against rising costs, against state mandates, and against the erosion of local control. But we're not backing down. We're using every tool we have: planning, preservation, advocacy, and community engagement to protect what makes Norco, Norco. While we face challenges and uphill battles, it's just as important, maybe even more important, that we take time to reflect on the many opportunities we simply enjoy by living here. As we close tonight's address, let's celebrate all the good things that make Norco unlike anywhere else in Southern California.
We Norconians have so much to be thankful for. Our large lots, hundreds of acres of open space, one of the largest networks of horse trails in the nation, and an animal-keeping lifestyle that's nearly impossible to find anywhere else in the state. As we continue our celebration of a century rooted in rural living, we're not just looking back, we're planting seeds for the future. Our agrarian roots are being revived and reimagined by residents who are hosting farmers markets, harvesting their land, raising livestock, and living more self-sufficiently. Waste Management also joined the movement this year with their Join the Flock program, which provides residents with backyard chickens and the supplies to care for them. Though our town is over 100 years old, our city recently celebrated 60 years of incorporation under the motto, City Living in a Rural Atmosphere. For those who want to learn more about Norco's rich history, visit the Historical Collection and Heritage Room at the Community Center. It's open most Thursdays, and it's a treasure trove of photos, documents, and artifacts that tell the story of who we are and how we got here. In Norco, no matter the challenges we face, we remain committed to honoring our own. This past year marked the 10th anniversary of the George A. Ingalls Veterans Memorial Plaza, a powerful symbol of Norco's patriotism and our unwavering respect for those who serve. Our military banners, red, white, and blue street striping, and annual events at the Veterans Memorial serve as constant reminders that Norco will never forget its veterans or the families who have sacrificed so much. In the spirit of our late friend, U.S. Marine Corps Sergeant Larry Eckhoff, we continue to promote the Buy a Brick program so that more service members can be honored in the Circle of Honor at the Veterans Memorial Plaza. This year, we also celebrated the first class of honorees inducted into the Kathy Azevedo Spirit of Norco Monument, a tribute to the legacy of Norco High graduate, former mayor, and Horsetown USA advocate, Kathy Azevedo. This annual recognition honors residents who embody Kathy's bravery, patriotism, leadership, and unwavering love for Norco. Sadly, this year we lost one of our inaugural recipients, Norva Williams, a beloved volunteer with a sharp wit and a generous heart. Her impact was felt across many organizations, and her absence leaves a hole in our community that can never truly be filled. Norco is full of good people, and when we lose one, we feel it deeply. It's our responsibility to honor their memory, not just with words, but with continued service and community spirit. And that spirit is alive and well. Our residents take pride in patriotic, small-town values. We honor our veterans and first responders year-round. We celebrate our heritage through rodeos, parades, and festivals that bring us together and remind us of what makes Norco feel like home. Norco's all-American ambiance, large lot properties, and sweeping views feel refreshingly removed from the congestion and chaos of Southern California. Yet, our strategic location has positioned us as a growing destination for equestrian events, farm-to-table experiences, and tourism. We're home to great schools, impressive sports programs, and one-of-a-kind businesses that care deeply about this community. Where else in the world can a quiet neighborhood transform into Main Street as the happiest horses on earth from Disneyland's Circle D Ranch take their morning stroll or carriage ride? It doesn't get more special than that. We're also blessed with an incredible network of nonprofit organizations that fill critical gaps, supporting seniors and their pets, helping families in need, maintaining trails, celebrating equestrian excellence, mentoring young athletes, and bringing the community together through special events. And at the heart of it all are our volunteers. They are the soul of Norco. Without them, we wouldn't be the community we're all so proud to be a part of. They give their time, their talents, and their hearts. often without recognition, because they believe in the people and the animals who call Norco home.
Pretty special stuff. So what is the state of our city? Our general fund balance remains healthy. We still have money in the bank. We have a city staff that works tirelessly to serve you. We have residents who care deeply about their neighbors and their town. And we have core values that serve as our compass, values rooted in tradition, community, and pride. It has always been a battle to preserve our lifestyle. Even though we've had some difficult uphill battles to fight, Norco has always been full of fighters. At times it feels like a David versus Goliath struggle, but we've never backed down, and we won't start now. Because we have something worth fighting for. We have history, we have personality, we have grit, we have values. The Norco City Council is doing everything we can do to preserve our large lot animal keeping lifestyle. But it's hard work, that constant advocacy, careful planning, and community-wide support. But we can't do it alone. We are grateful to our elected officials of all levels of government, our partner agencies who support our local projects and funding priorities. It makes a real difference, and we thank them for standing with us. But we also need your help. Stay informed. Subscribe to city news and alerts. Follow us on social media. Read your mail. Really, read it. Apply to serve on a commission. Join a nonprofit. Volunteer. Give back to the community that gives so much to all of us. And if you have a question or concern, please reach out to us directly versus social media. Every city council member's phone number and email address is available online. I promise you, we are responsive, and we want to hear from you, and we want to help you. On behalf of the Norco City Council, I want to thank our incredible city staff for their dedication, professionalism, and commitment to providing high-quality service to our residents. I also want to thank our commission members, volunteers, and every resident who shows up, speaks up, and gives back. Your involvement makes our government more responsive, more accountable, and more connected to the people it serves. If I leave you with one message tonight, let it be this. Norco is more than a city. It is a way of life led by core values. And your city council is fighting every day to protect it. Because Norco, its people, and their animals are worth protecting. By working together, we won't just keep Norco Norco, we will make it stronger than ever. Thank you so very much.